It's time for Let's Get Real with your host from Bob Richards and Associates, Bob Richards.
Hey, Bob, how you doing today?
Michael, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful day here in southern Utah. Beautiful July day.
It is absolutely beautiful. Yes, there's nothing like a beautiful 3-digit day.
Exactly. But welcome to summer.
Yes.
You know, they talk about global warming. Well, you know what? There was 27 feet of global warming up in the mountains during the wintertime. So I'm a little sick and tired of this global warming issue. It's just summer. Welcome to summer, folks.
Welcome to summer. And I must say, Mr. Bob, you're looking very stylish today in your Gucci shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
The sign of a successful realtor is Gucci apparel.
You know, you being in the upper end district of California, I wanted to try and kind of have a little bit of rodeo drive in me.
You know, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we need my wife to be here.
Okay.
We're going to start going
All right.
down that.
All right. Yeah, I understand that.
Well, I am really glad we get together once again. I understand today you've got a lot of really great things to cover. And you've got a couple cool listings to show us as we go through the day. But first, I think you want to give us a quick update on some interest rates.
I did. I just want to let people know what's happening with the rates right now and what a buyer should or shouldn't do in today's market as of today, as of last week, and as of next month, and maybe the balance of the year. And that is, folks, buy.
Okay.
That's just it. Next topic. No, it's a matter of our market being the way it is, and you date the rate, you marry the home. And so if you're going to buy, now's the time to buy. You don't wait for the rates to come down. You don't think that they're going to come back to 2 or 3%. They're not. That ship sailed a long time ago, folks. And all you're going to see is an increase in interest rates further than where we're at right now. So if you plan on waiting, that's the thing not to do. If you're planning on buying, do it now and do it tomorrow and do it next week. Because the longer you wait, the higher, definitely the higher the rate will be. And why pay for that when you can get into something at a reasonable rate? Sure, it's not 3 or 4%, but it's better than 8. And folks, we'll be in the 8s very soon.
Well, I'm not excited about the 8 rate.
I know.
That's,
but it's kind of a normal market when you think about it. That's a standard, if you will, balanced real estate market is 8%. So the anomaly that we've had back in 2020, 21, part of 22 was just that, an anomaly. But on average, 8%'s a reasonable, general themed rate.
I heard also, even though rates are have gone up a little bit, and looks like they're projected to go up a little bit more, but the prices are softening just a little bit, and it's creating a unique market, at least in southern Utah, where it's neither a buyer nor a seller's market. It's kind of both a buyer's and a seller's market at the same time.
Great observation, Michael. You're absolutely right. I couldn't said it any better. But yeah, it is a nice balanced market for buyer and seller at this time. Yes, there's been some corrections on pricing. Buyers are still out there. Yes, it's 110 out there, but they're still out there. Now, I have experienced where the showings have been a little bit less than normal. But again, let's get real. It's hot. And so many buyers are looking out in the morning, maybe later afternoon, early evening, and taking that 12 to 5, 1 to 5 or 6 p.m. and just staying indoors. Thank goodness for air conditioning. I would not have made a good pioneer.
No, me either. I have to put that handcart stuff down the side.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
No, we won't be going down there.
No. Keep going. Keep going.
This is not going to be. This is not the place. This is not the place. We're going to the beach.
That's right. That's right. Amen to that, brother.
So I heard a couple different things, and I would like your opinion on this. Number one, I've heard that because it's a very balanced market right now, that there are some properties that are actually getting multiple offers on them. Stackamp, is that true?
They are.
Correct?
They are now. A lot of people aren't even aware of that we've got that back again, and we do. Amazing to see that's the tip. No, I shouldn't say the typical. It's above average than what we've normally seen. So rather than an offer, there's sometimes 2 to 5. Now that's not 30 that we saw in 2020, but 5 is still competing offers.
Yeah, that's very competitive, especially in. I think people have the perception that rates are high. Prices are still high, market's kind of, and that's simply not the case. It's actually a very strong, very well-balanced market. One thing I did hear was that there are some folks, and I don't mean anybody who's listening or watching today. It's not you guys, it's other people that have been overpricing their homes. And that's causing the time on the market to be extended to perhaps maybe as long as 70 days, because some folks are overpricing their homes and then they're whining and complaining that their house is not sold. But in reality, when they bring it down to a proper market value, those things sell in, like a week or so.
Yeah.
Is that true and correct?
It's all about price. I mean, you got price, you got location, you got condition. You have a few other things that are important in selling the house, but price is number one, location number two. If you're chasing the price as a seller, if you're chasing the price and your days on the market is 100 or higher, in today's market, you're overpriced.
Right.
Now, a normal real estate market cycle would be between about 4.5 to 5.5 months. That's a normal days on the market. Again, we've been so used to 2 hours, 30 minutes. I mean, they just go off the shelves. But in roughly about a 100-day market, that is reasonable. If you're past 100, drop the price, and you're almost too late at 100 days. I mean, if you don't have an offer within 14, you're going to be chasing the market and dropping and dropping and dropping. And unfortunately, many agents are taught by their business coach just to say, hey, go get the listing, take it at any price, and then go beat up the seller after you get the listing and get a price reduction, another one, until they're finally spent, rather than hiring it correctly with the right agent and then pricing it correctly as well. And so they look at big numbers from this average agent or inexperienced agent, say, oh, wow, I can get that? Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've heard also that when a broker tells one of their agents to just go out and get the listing at any price, and it generally will sit there for months and months, what it does is it actually causes the home to be perceived as less valuable,
Yes.
which decreases the price, and they make less money than if they just would have priced the darn thing correctly.
Absolutely
and sell it in a normal market time. I understand now if they're priced correctly, they'll go in maybe 2 to 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. If they get shop worn and stale, those are two bad S words. I mean, that is just not good. You have people driving by and saying, wow, what's wrong with that? That's still on the market. Or, boy, there's got to be something wrong in that house. It's been on the market forever.
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 7, 10 weeks. That's not forever. But again, mentally, buyers are seeing, wow, there's something wrong with that house. And it's not necessarily that they're arriving that the price is wrong. They may think that there's a foundational issue. Maybe the condition is awful. Maybe there's cracks. Maybe there's a number of different things. But for whatever that consumer feels, it's shop worn and stale. And you're right, Michael. They take a bath when it finally sells. That price is so far lower than if they had priced it right at the beginning.
Yeah. So for those of you who are thinking about listing your home, don't overprice it. If you want the thing to sell, price it correctly. Listen to Bob. He does his homework, and get it priced correctly. It's going to sell much quicker and probably for a much higher value. And chances are you might get multiple offers on the thing. So
yeah. What
cool.
a great bonus. Absolutely.
So we've talked about some things that maybe a home buyer shouldn't do. Are there any other things that they perhaps should not do? And then what should a home buyer do in today's market?
Yeah, buyers should be aware of the inventory. At Berkshire Hathaway, where I'm at, we are very sensitive to what market conditions are, and we look a lot at supply and demand. How many new listings hit the market today? How many went pending or in escrow, meaning an offer was accepted? And then how many closed in that day? And graph that out so we can find trends of what people are doing and what the market is doing. Our inventory, for instance, just a few months ago was over 1,700 homes, condos, townhomes, etc. We're down below 1,400 again.
Oh.
So in this kind of a market, that's not so good. I also got a report from a number of agents in Las Vegas that said that, okay, for 2+ million people, they are less than 3,500 residential places available for sale. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's nothing. I mean, you have nothing to sell with that kind of a situation. So be cautious, be careful, be wise, but don't sit on the fence. Find something that you feel like is going to be more than adequate, checks as many boxes as you can, and get in. Don't keep paying the landlord. It's just not worth it. You can buy a house, and you ought to.
So, Bob, I understand that you've got $20,000 for me.
In my other purse, in my Gucci purse.
In the Gucci purse.
Yes.
So, I love that.
Well, anyway, yeah.
I thought that was a lot better way than saying, so, Bob, what's the latest on this $20,000 buyer grant money offered by the state? Give me my 20 grand, Bob.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough. You got it. This is something, Michael, that's been touted for a lot of months. And the Utah legislature came out with this plan that thought that the buyer pool in the state of Utah would take full advantage of this $20,000. This $20,000 could be used from a borrower standpoint for down payment, for closing costs, for an interest rate buy down, variety of different things. It was theirs for the using and theirs for the allocating of those funds based upon what they would need in order to secure and purchase the home. Well, as everything is, there's always caveats. Here was the caveat to this gift, if you will. The legislator that put this together said, but we're only going to do it for new construction. If you buy a resale home, no bueno. There's no 20 grand.
What?
So that was not so good. And then you can only do it up to $450,000 of price. Last time I saw a brand new home, Michael, for $450,000 was about 4.5 years ago. That's been a while. And so when you're looking at an average price here in southern Utah, upper fives, to find something at $450 brand new, it's maybe a condo, let alone hardly even not even a house. So that was another negative. And then the third negative was that you have to be at a certain income level. And that income level is such that if you do have that income level, you can't qualify for the house. Your income is not sufficient enough to be able to make the payment every month on that mortgage. So it's useless. They had 2,500 potential applicants for this type of a loan.
Yeah.
51.
Oh, my gosh.
51 have applied in the state of Utah. 51. So Richfield, Delta, Vernal, Blanding, Cache Valley, rural anywhere, 51 is all that could qualify and utilize that loan. So poo-poo on the legislature for agreeing to that and being totally unaware of really what the real estate market, who would benefit, and especially what a waste of a program it was.
Yeah, it sounds like a good program, but but our beloved elected officials, it appears they don't know what the heck they're doing. They're completely out of touch with what's going on in the real estate market. In order to get that home for $450,000, you and I are going to have to get together with Mr. Peabody and get in the Wayback Machine and go back to about 4 or 5 years.
Absolutely right.
And there's a minimum income. Is there also a cap? If you make too much money, you can't qualify for it as well?
So if up to that income level, and I don't recall exactly the amount, but above that income level, you don't qualify. So you don't qualify because you don't have enough money, and you don't qualify because you have too much money.
Oh, man.
So there's this little narrow slice that allows for that, and that's it. So how do you balance it? Well, you don't. You just say, okay, well, that was fun, not. And unfortunately, these consumers are, hey, that's going to be great. That's going to be awesome. It comes out like, oh, we can't use it. Yeah, you can. I'm sorry.
Has anybody clued in the legislature as to the folly of this particular program? A great idea.
Yeah.
It could be very beneficial, but have they come out and somebody contact them and say, dude, here's the real world we're in.
Yeah.
Let's revamp this thing. Has anybody done that at all?
No. You look at the Salt Lake Board of Realtors, Utah County, Washington County, any Board of Realtors, and also the Utah Association of Realtors, which helps to oversee all of these boards of realtors. Silence. And they're saying, well, when the legislature reconvenes, then we'll bring it up. Okay, well, just like pricing a home, that's going to be old, shop worn. We're not going to believe it. It's useless. It was a waste. You cried wolf one too many times, legislature. Sorry, we're not going to buy in because you gave us a program that was useless.
Maybe you and I need to start a movement.
Something.
I'll make some signs right now.
Something. Yeah,
Yeah, we need to do something.
I'll print the money after the show, and we can kind of make that available.
It seems like such a good program.
Yeah.
Idealistically, but in practicality and reality with all the it's a waste. Yeah. So guys, if you're looking for your free 20 grand, it ain't going to happen till Bob and I print signs and go protest or something.
It's no longer in the purse. So
wow.
Yeah.
So Bob, is there a relationship between real estate in the commercial and residential fields? Are those two somehow intertwined?
Yeah, very good question, Michael. And in the 30 plus years that I've been doing this here in Southern Utah, I have found a number of different things that have been trends that I've watched and looked at and analyzed and studied. One of those is that when commercial real estate is doing well, residential tends to decline. When residential inclines or increases, commercial tends to decline. So there's this ebb and flow feel that you see with the market. When you look at the commercial real estate that's going on here in Southern Utah, it has never been like this. We have just oodles of things going vertical right now. Many things have been announced that will soon be going vertical. And if you look at, as you pull into the Las Vegas area and you see these huge, massive warehouses on both sides of I-15, well, guess what, folks? You're going to be seeing that same thing out by the airport. And so the commercial, man, it's just amazing to see what is happening. And I have to tell you, folks, you ain't seen nothing yet, Michael. It's just, there's a lot yet to come. So as a result of that, now when those things get built, residential will do well because they need employees, they need managers, they need these other people, personnel, and maybe that hourly rate or salary will allow them to buy. So there's a little bit of a lag time that's there, maybe about 1 to 2 years of transition.
Really? That
and then,
long?
And then you see the change start to take place. Happened for 30 years. I've watched that over again that I've been here and seen that very, very evident. Yeah.
So there's no real immediate cause for alarm. It's just kind of the way it is.
Just kind of the way it is. Yeah. If you can't sleep at night like me, then you do statistics and you watch for trends and you see better how to advise your clients. And that's what I've tried to do is make sure that 30 years of experience provides good, accurate, honest information rather than, I don't know, flip a coin. There's hard facts that are there.
So, Bob, I understand that today you've got actually a special listing that you'd like to share with us.
Thanks, Michael. I do. I've got...
what have you got?
I've got a home that is fairly new to the market within about the last week or so. This is a home that is a 2-story in a subdivision called Castle Rock. Castle Rock is on your way to... Tuacahn and Snow Canyon off of Snow Canyon Parkway.
I love it out there.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful place.
Absolutely. Red rocks everywhere.
Look at that view.
Really the signature of Southern Utah is along that Snow Canyon Parkway. And this home has a main level and an upstairs. It's got 4 bedrooms and an office. The upstairs master is huge and has these massive windows looking out in the distance into the valley, out towards Santa Clara, Utah Hill, Red Mountain. It's really absolutely fabulous. There's an office there in the home too, and the backyard is just amazing because it's nestled into the red rock there in the back.
Oh, look at that!
And so you have this privacy wall that Mother Nature provided, and it's absolutely fantastic because there's not any sort of neighbor behind you, and it stays cool. Mm-hmm. Day, night, morning, afternoon. It's just very pleasant back there, no matter the weather out the front or the side or at another person's house or on the sidewalk. It's just very pleasant, very private, very relaxing because you get that multiplicity of colors with the red and the greens and other things there. It's just very soothing. Yeah, we just took a price change on it. It's just under $700,000. We were up in just the low sevens and tried to see if we could get a little bit of activity. We did. but felt our hot spot was just right under the 700 mark. So in the high 690s is what you'd find with this home, and absolutely spotless clean. It'd be something that you could move right into.
How many bedrooms is that home?
So it has four and an office. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is. It is. Has a good amount there.
I could use 4 in an office.
Absolutely.
I'd have
Absolutely.
a band practice room.
Yes,
and,
absolutely right. We know that. You and I.
Oh, that seems really good. Well, Bob, before we go, is there anything else that we as the buying and selling public here in Southern Utah should know about or expect?
Thanks, Michael. Really, honestly, it really comes down to the knowledge and professionalism and work and homework and dedication of your realtor to the client. If it's about a commission check, if it's about a transaction, it's a revolving door, boy, folks, whether you're a buyer or a seller, move on. Find somebody who you know, like, and trust for your hundreds of thousands of dollars of an investment. This isn't a snow cone. This isn't a box of cereal. This is hundreds and thousands of dollars of invested money that you have in your home. Are you going to trust it with somebody that is inexperienced, doesn't know what they're doing, and just wings it? Or do you want somebody that's on the professional end that knows what they're doing, protects you from start to finish, and make sure that they have your best interests at heart?
I'll take that guy.
That's the way I roll.
I'll take that guy.
Yeah.
I'll take the professional guy.
Thank you.
Well, Bob, how can we get a hold of you if we want to buy that house or something else?
Yeah, easy peasy. 2 local numbers, 688 Utah is my office number, and then my cell phone number is 703 Utah. Again, 435 on the area code for either one of those. And if you can't remember that, bob@buyutah.com. And if you're outside the area, 1-800-BUY-UTAH. How simple is that? Everything ends with Utah. So that's
it.
Makes it pretty easy.
And your website is buyutah.com.
Buyutah.com.
We got that
Yes,
done.
sir.
Bob, thank you so much. I will look forward to seeing you again next time. And do me a favor, I want you to wear that same shirt.
I will do so.
Wear the same
Just
shirt for the next
you,
one.
musician to musician, we got it.
Rock and roll, dude.
Absolutely.
Thanks. See you later.
Thanks, Michael.
This has been Let's Get Real with Bob Richards from Bob Richards and Associates. For more information, buyutah.com. We invite you to return again for another edition of Let's Get Real with Bob Richards from Bob Richards and Associates. This has been a production of 1-to-1 Network.